Good morning. The 14B District Court is now in session. My name is MIWashington, and I'm the judge that will be presiding over this session. Everyone should remain muted until their case is called. Then allow the attorney to place their appearances on. We'll start with the prosecutor, and then the defense attorney will place their appearance on. And then after that, please unmute and state your name. The court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Stephanie Clark, case number 23T00141.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Stephanie Clark.
Stephanie Clark.
Thank you. Well done. All right, we're here for an adjourned pretrial in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor. After watching the videos, we realized that there was a video from one of the complaining witnesses' phones, and we need to request that, so we're asking for an adjournment.
No objection to that. I'm not certain. Well, I'll look into that. I'm not certain we have that. It would have been downloaded into evidence.com, which is what I turned over already, but I'll look into that.
Thank you. From the video, it was turned over to the police.
All right, we will adjourn this matter to April the 17th. (2024) at 9 a.m. Please make sure the two of you continue to talk counselors about this video so that you can have it in time to be ready to proceed at that next hearing.
Understood.
Thank you. You're all set, ma'am. Have a good day.
You as well.
Ypsilanti Township versus Heather Skidmore, 23T00816.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Heather Skidmore.
Good morning, Your Honor. Heather Skidmore.
Good morning, Ms. Skidmore.
Good morning.
We're here for a pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor. We recently received videos in this matter. Ms. Skidmore and I have scheduled a time to watch those videos, so we're asking for an adjournment.
No objection.
April 17th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued. Have a good day, Ms. Skidmore.
Thank you, Your Honor. You also.
Thank you very much. Ypsilanti Township versus John Glenn, case number 23W003665.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Jordan requesting to practice under MCR 8.120 under direct supervision of Davy Lebo.
Good morning. Permission is granted.
Thank you.
Good morning,
Please state your name, sir.
John Glenn.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, Your Honor. So we're asking for one last adjournment on this, as Mr. Glenn has recently went for his hearing on, I believe it was the 12th last week, and he states that Secretary of State tells him he has 4 to 6 weeks, and he will have answer on what happened at the hearing for him to get his license back.
All right. May 1st, 2024 at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
One. Ypsilanti Township versus Damali Lawrence, case number 24T00031.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Davy Lebo on behalf of Ms. Lawrence. Ms. Lawrence, can you state your name, please?
Damali Lawrence.
Good morning, Ms. Lawrence.
Good evening. Good morning. I'm sorry.
All right, we're here for our first pretrial in this case.
Yes, Your Honor, we do have a resolution today.
All right.
Your Honor, the township would amend and add account 2 of the failure to report an accident. That's the 0-point offense. In exchange for a plea of guilty to that added count 2, the people dismiss the original count 1.
And I believe we also have an agreement to an immediate fines and cost sentencing with restitution reserved for 45 days.
That is correct. I'm sorry, Mr. Lebo. That is correct.
No worries, Paul.
I'm sorry, what was so make sure failure to report, which is the 90-day up to $100 fine plus court costs, correct?
Correct.
And then count 1 is dismissed, restitution reserved, and fines and costs only.
Correct.
Okay. Ma'am, is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, thank you. My lawyer hand. I'm going to go over some rights that you have that you're going to be giving up by entering into this plea. Please stop me if you have any questions or if you feel like you need to speak with your attorney again, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that those witnesses come to court. You have the right to hear and question any and all witnesses that are called against you, and you have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you did choose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. In addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you're going to be giving up all those rights and there's not going to be a trial of any sort?
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand that there's no automatic right to appeal this decision. So in all likelihood, the decision you're making today is going to stick with you.
Yes. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
In addition to that, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you could have immigration consequences. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
And finally, ma'am, to the charge of failure to report an accident, which is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum of 90 days and up to $100 fine plus court costs. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Anyone promise you anything other than what we placed on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Anyone threatening you to get you to do this?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, let's turn to the date of offense itself. On or about January 10th, 2024, were you operating a motor vehicle at the vicinity of North Ford and East Forest here in Ypsilanti Township?
Yes, ma'am.
And at the time you were operating that motor vehicle, did you have an accident?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you left the scene without reporting that to the police, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I find that there's a factual basis for the plea. It has been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Likewise, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. And anything you want to say on behalf of your client with respect to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Barnett,
Yeah, nothing from the township, Your Honor. Thank you.
anything you want to say, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Fines and costs in this case for a total of $275. Restitution to be reserved. Did you say 45 days?
45 days, Your Honor.
Restitution is reserved for 45 days, and you will provide Mr. Lebo that information directly, and you'll request a hearing if it's necessary.
Thank you.
Should we do a review date to make sure?
I think that, yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay. Let's make it May 22nd, 2024 at 10 a.m. for a review regarding restitution.
You said May 22nd?
Yes. So that'll be a review regarding restitution and regarding fines and costs. Are you going to be able to pay those today, ma'am?
I can.
All right. You'll have until, well, you can pay them between now and then. You can't pay it today. It'll take a while for it to get in the system, but you should be able to pay it by tomorrow. And just make sure they're paid before you come back. Okay?
How do I do that? Like, is there a link that's going to be sent to me or do I call them?
You can go online with this case number. Do you have your case number?
I can get it. I'm pretty sure it's on the letter that was sent.
It was on the letter. It's the 2400031.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And you go online, and after today, you'll be able to pay online.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
And count 1 is dismissed. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye. Ypsilanti Township versus Rodney Underwood, case number 23W004660.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Sorry, Your Honor. Good morning, Attorney A.J. Dodd on behalf of Mr. Underwood.
Good morning, sir.
Hello, Rodney Underwood.
Good morning, Mr. Underwood.
Your Honor, we're here for a formal hearing on a possession of a weapon with the presence of alcohol. I had an opportunity, we adjourned it to today's date. I had an opportunity to review both the statute and the circumstances of this case. And based on my review, I don't know that it's appropriate for this case to be brought by the township. I had some other concerns about the case itself. So at this point, I'm going to move to dismiss the ticket.
Matter is now dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Have a good day, everybody.
You too.
Ypsilanti Township versus Anthony Mason, case number 23T00769.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of Anthony Mason. Mr. Mason, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Yes, Anthony Mason.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Mason. Good morning, Ms. Mueller.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, we're for a pretrial and a show cause because the defendant failed to appear last time.
Yes, Your Honor. And the misunderstanding, I think, was on my behalf at the last appearance. I had talked with Mr. Mason, and I think maybe based on what I said to him, there was a misunderstanding that he didn't actually have to appear. So I do take responsibility for that. I should have made that clear that he still had to appear on Zoom.
All right, thank you. And
Your Honor, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
We were waiting for Mr. Mason to have an assessment done. He did complete that at Trinity, and I can provide that to the court. I'm sorry. He sent me kind of a screenshot from his app, so I was asking if he could get something in more official letterhead, but I did provide that to Mr. Barnett. I understand that he has offered an OWI reduced down from a OWI with a high BAC. Is that right, Mr. Barnett?
That is correct, yes.
So, Mr. Mason, I know I just told you that offer just a few minutes ago, so I don't know if you want to move forward with the plea or if you want time to think about that. I think that would also be appropriate.
I haven't, did you text me? I haven't looked at yes, I haven't looked at my messages since I've been on Zoom because I ain't wanted to knock me off.
Okay. Do you want to request an adjournment so you have time to think about that offer and we can discuss
Yes.
further?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor, if we could we ask for one last adjournment so I can speak with Mr. Mason more in depth about the offer and what that means?
No objection.
All right. Pretrial adjourned to April 10th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Mr. Mason. Ypsilanti Township versus David Simpson, case number 23W004787A.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of David Simpson. Mr. Simpson, can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning. My name is David Simpson.
Good morning, Mr. Simpson. We're here for a pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor. The offer here, I believe, from Mr. Barnett is to plead to failing to report an accident with the 0 points. That's still a misdemeanor, Mr. Barnett, correct?
It is. In addition, I would agree to a fines and costs only sentence, but restitution to be preserved or determined within 45 days.
Do you understand that, Mr. Simpson, the piece about the restitution?
Yes.
Okay. So, Your Honor, we would like to accept that. If we could, Mr. Simpson would like to plead no contest to that just for concerns about civil liability.
One moment. This is a ticket only, so let me see if I have enough information on a ticket to make out a factual basis under a no contest plea. That might prevent us from being able to do that. I think we can do it based on what I have here on the ticket.
Okay.
So we can do that. All right, Mr. Simpson, it's my understanding you're going to be pleading guilty to an added count 2 of failure to report an accident. That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of up to 90 days and or a $100 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that, sir?
I do.
And that's what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
And in exchange for that, count 1 would be dismissed. You also would have to have restitution determined within 45 days, and you could do a fines and cost sentence only. And if that's what you want to do, raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. Sir, I'm going to go over some rights that you have that you're going to be giving up by entering into this plea. Please stop me if you have any questions or if you feel like you need to speak with your attorney again, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that those witnesses come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called against you by the prosecution. You have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you did choose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. In addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all those rights?
I do, Your Honor.
And do you understand you're going to be giving up each and every one of those rights and you're not going to be having a trial of any sort?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you also understand that there's no automatic right to appeal this decision today? So, or in the future, that you're making today, you won't be able to appeal it in the future. Do you understand that part? So in all
Yes, sir.
likelihood, this decision is going to stick with you, is what I'm trying to say. Do you
Yes.
understand? Okay. And then in addition to that, sir, if you are on probation, parole, or bond on the date that this offense occurred, which was December 20th of 2023, you could be in violation of that. Were you on any of those?
No, Your Honor.
And finally, sir, are you a U.S. citizen? If not, there could be immigration consequences.
Yes, Your Honor.
To the charge of failure to report an accident, how do you plead?
I plead no contest, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything to get you to plead no contest that has not been placed on the record today?
No, they have not.
Anyone threatening you in any way, shape, or form?
No, ma'am.
And you understand what no contest means. It means you're not going to say you did it. You're not going to say you didn't do it. But this court is going to enter a plea. It's essentially a guilty plea with the no contest and treat you like you're guilty. You understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And do you also, well, let's see here. I have ticket number 23WD04787A, which indicates that on February, sorry, and everyone, the council is okay with me using this ticket to determine the factual basis, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, that's fine.
It indicates that on December 20th, 2023, at the vicinity of East Michigan Ave and Lakewood Ave, a witness observed him, Mr. David Lee Simpson Jr., lose control of the vehicle and then flee the scene of a hit and run traffic accident at that particular location. I find that there is a factual basis for the plea. It has been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Mueller?
I am, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything you want to say with respect to sentencing in this matter?
Your Honor, no, not at this time. Or sorry, Mr. Barnett.
Oh, that's fine. No, nothing from the township.
Mr. Simpson, anything?
Nothing.
Mr. Simpson?
No. Thank you.
Fines and costs in this case for a total of $275. We'll set a review date, and that'll be on, what did I do the other one? I think it was May 22nd. Yes.
Yes, May 22nd.
We'll set it for May 22nd, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. for the review to see if there's any restitution or any restitution hearing that needs to be held. Sir, will you be able to pay those fines and costs today?
Probably not today, but soon.
All right. Make sure they're paid before you come back here on May 22nd.
Yes, for sure. Can I get the case number again? I don't have it.
Of course, yes. 20, you have a pen? Yes, I see you do.
Yes.
23W004787A.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Count one.
You
is
too.
adjourned. Ypsilanti Township versus Jerome King, case number 23T00838.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
It's Russell King, not Jerome King. It's not. These are transposed on my sheet.
Sorry, Your Honor. Mr. Burnett, did you already put your appearance on him?
I did.
I'm sorry. Okay. Assistant Public Defender Allison Miller here on behalf of Russell Keene. Mr. Keene, can you state your name for the record, please?
Russell Keene.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. King.
Good morning.
All right, we're here for a pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor. I know we adjourned last time. We wanted to go, we wanted to be able to request the media discovery. I believe there should be body worn camera footage. We did request that, and I know Mr. Barnett has requested it as well in February, but doesn't look like it's come through yet. So we're waiting for that. So we would like to adjourn to be able to view that.
No objection to that. It is puzzling because I did request it way back at the beginning of February, so I'm going to have to reach out to the sheriff's department to find out what the issue is with the particular video.
All right,
Thanks.
April 24th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m. Bond is continued.
Still Zoom.
Still through Zoom, yes, Mr. King.
Oh,
Thank
you.
Have a good day.
Too.
Ypsilanti Township versus Destiny Reese, case number 23T00196.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Destiny Reese.
Ms. Reese, please unmute your device and state your name.
Destiny Reese.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Reese. We're here for a pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor, I've spoken with Ms. Reese and we wish to get an assessment in this matter, so we're asking for an adjournment.
No objection.
April 24th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued. We'll see you then, Ms. Reese. Have a good day. State of Michigan versus Timothy Rogers. Okay, this is obviously on the wrong day. Let me make sure it's 1 second. This is a state case, State of Michigan versus Timothy Rogers, 23S00445.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Timothy Rogers.
Mr. Timothy Rogers, please state your name, sir.
Timothy Rogers.
Thank you. Mr. Rogers, unfortunately, your case is on the wrong day. We do not have a state prosecutor available on Wednesdays. So we'll have to move your court case to a new date. Did you throw away the Thursday stuff? All right. Mr. Timothy Rogers, April 4th, work with your calendar, sir. I know you've been inconvenienced today.
I'm sorry.
Is April 4th work with your calendar?
That's what time? I think that should work.
9 a.m., sir. Same thing on Zoom.
Okay.
All right. All right. This matter will be adjourned to April 4th.
Correct.
At 9 a.m. We'll see you then, sir. Bond is continued.
Will I get a notification of that?
You will, and hopefully it will come in time. If I can't guarantee how the snail mail will work, you know, post office what they want to do, but it would go to the Harvard Road address.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right, so you should put it in your, if you have a smartphone, I see you're on your phone, you should talk into it and put it on your calendar. Okay?
Or can I use the exact same login?
You can. Yeah,
Okay,
it's always the same. All
just
right.
making sure.
You're good, sir. Thank you for asking. We'll see you on April 4th.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye. One moment, please. The court will call the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Laquan Fortenberry, case number 24W000271.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Leba on behalf of Mr. Fortenberry. Mr. Fortenberry, can you see your name, sir?
Mr. Fortenberry, Laquan Fortenberry, please unmute your device, turn on your screen, and state your name.
Hello.
Please state your name.
Laquan Fortenberry.
Thank you. All right, we're here today for a pretrial in this matter, and there is also a bond violation report. Have you had an opportunity to go over that report also with Mr. Fortenberry, Mr. Lebo?
I have not, Your Honor. I did not have contact information from Mr. Fortenberry, and I have not received the bond violation report, Your Honor.
All right, we'll make sure that you get it. Mr. Fortenberry, I'm going to arraign you on your bond violation. It alleges here that you were positive for THC on 2/29/24 when you first tested, but that would be expected because you had just gotten placed on bond. But then you failed to test on March 7th, March 13th, and March 18th in violation of the order to test at community corrections. If it is found that you have in fact violated the terms of your bond could be revoked. You're entitled to have a hearing on that, or if you admit to it, your bond could be revoked. Mr. Lebo, we will place you into a breakout room so that you can speak with Mr. Fortenberry.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I will pass this matter. Ypsilanti Township versus Rocio Chavez Garcia, 24T00071.
So Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Rocio Chavez Garcia.
Rocio Chavez Garcia, please unmute your device and state your name. Okay, she just disappeared. Rocio Chavez Garcia, please unmute your device and state your name. Did you bring them back? Ms. Rocio Chavez Garcia, please turn on your screen and state your name.
Hello? Yes,
Please,
hello, ma'am?
yes, please state your name, ma'am.
Hi, Chavez Garcia. Sorry, it was freezing up. I had to rejoin.
All right, thank you so much. All right, we're here for a pretrial today.
That is correct. Ms. Chavez Garcia, I would like to confirm you spoke with Mr. Lebo and you'd like to set this for a final settlement conference. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
We would like to set up our final settlement conference, Your Honor.
Thank you. Final settlement conference in this matter will be on April 25th, 2024 at 11 a.m. And jury selection will be May 3rd, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. The 11 a.m. matter on April the 24th is still on Zoom. You should be prepared to be here in person on May 3rd for the jury selection, ma'am, assuming we get to that point. Your bond is continued. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
One question.
Yes,
Am I gonna get like you said it was April 4th?
I did not. I said April 25th at 11 a.m.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome. All right, Ypsilanti Township versus Terrence Nunn, 24T00008, as well as 24W0000040A and B.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Muller here on behalf of Terrence Nunn. Mr. Nunn, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Terrence Nunn.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Nunn.
Morning.
All right, we're here for a pretrial in the operating without security cases and 2 pre-hearing conferences on expired plate and failure to stop. Failure to, I'm not sure what that is. Come on. Failure to stop while leaving an alley or a private drive. Interesting. So that is what we do.
Your Honor, Ms. Mueller provided me with some information just prior to docket, which may have a significant impact on what happens with Mr. Nunn's case. I'd like a brief adjournment so I can investigate that a little bit.
Thank you. Response?
Your Honor, no objection. That's fine.
Would 2 weeks be sufficient? I can move it. Well, how about I'll make it 3, April the 10th.
Thank you.
2024 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued. You're all set, sir. We'll see you back here on April the 10th on Zoom again, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day, sir. Ypsilanti Township versus Tyrone Williams, 23W003368.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Muller here on behalf of Tyrone Williams. Mr. Williams, can you state your name for the record, please?
Tyrone Williams.
All right, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Williams. We're here for a pretrial in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Barnett, I sent you an email kind of explaining our stance and seeing what you are willing to do on this matter. Did you receive that email?
I did. Let me just refresh my memory real quick. I'm going to move to dismiss the ticket, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Burnett.
All right, Mr. Williams, on the prosecutor's motion, this matter is now dismissed and you're all set, sir.
Appreciate it. God have a blessing.
Thank you, you too, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Ypsilanti Township versus Arlene Bonner, case number 23T00793.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Arlene Bonner. Ms. Bonner, can you unmute and state your name?
Arlene Harriet Bonner.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Bonner.
Good
We're here for a
morning.
plea trial today.
Yes, Your Honor. In this matter, Mr. Barnett has made an offer of operating while visibly impaired, and Ms. Bonner wishes to plead guilty to that misdemeanor.
That's a correct statement of the plea offer, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm just writing it up. All right, ma'am, it's my understanding you're going to be pleading guilty to an added count 2 of operating while visibly impaired. That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, plus fines and court costs of up to, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. Do you understand that? I'm sorry, it's $300. Fines of up to $300 plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Understanding that, is that what you want to do? Plead to count 2. Count 1 would be dismissed, the more serious offense.
Yeah.
All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. I'm going to go over some rights that you have that you're going to be giving up by entering into this plea. Please stop me if you have any questions or if you feel like you need to speak with your attorney again, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that those witnesses come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called against you. And you have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you chose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. In addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all those rights, ma'am?
Yes.
You understand you're going to be giving up all those rights and you're not going to be having a trial of any sort?
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand the question?
What, could you repeat it again? Just the last.
Yeah. So essentially you're giving up all of those rights that you just I just told you about, and you're not going to be having a trial of any sort. Do you understand that part?
Yes.
Okay. And then in addition to that, there's no automatic right to appeal the decision. So if you take this deal today, then all likelihood this decision is going to stick with you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And then if you are on probation, parole, or bond on the date that this happened, which was October the 1st of 2023, then you could be in violation of that probation, parole, or bond. Were you on any of those?
No.
Okay. And if you're not a U.S. citizen, you could have immigration consequences. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
All right, thank you. To the charge of operating while visibly impaired, how do you plead, ma'am?
Guilty.
Has anyone promised you anything to get you to plead guilty other than what we've placed on the record today?
No.
Anyone threaten you in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Okay. So on October the 1st, 2023, were you operating a motor vehicle at the vicinity of Moss Ave and let me rephrase that. Moss Ave and Ecorse Road here in Ypsilanti Township?
Yes.
And at the time you were operating that motor vehicle, were you under the influence of alcohol?
Yes.
And was there a blood alcohol content, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Michigan State Police Crime Lab analysis of the blood sample in this case revealed a blood alcohol level of 0.167.
Thank you. Do you stipulate to that, Ms. White?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea. I will accept your plea today, Ms. Bonner. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sentencing in this matter will be on April 24th, 2024 at 10:00 a.m. That's April 24th. Is that a bad day for you, Ms. Bonner?
No, I'm just like tired of going to court because my job, I can't keep missing work to go through this. But I understand I put myself in this situation, so the 24th is fine.
All right. We do it on Zoom so that people can maybe not have to miss work. That's why I do it on Zoom. So,
Yeah, but my bosses are very strict.
I see. All right. April 24th at 10 a.m. is going to be the sentencing. You have to also have a pre-sentence investigation report done, an assessment done, alcohol assessment done before then, ma'am. Do you understand that part?
Yes.
All right. So you're going to need to call the probation department. Do you have their phone number?
Yes.
You may have community corrections that might be different than probation.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have their number. I thought it was all the same.
No. So I'm going to give everybody the phone number now. If you might be referred for to go to probation, you should write down this number at this time.
Okay.
You have the pen?
Yep.
734-483-7336.
Okay.
Everybody that might get referred, write it down now. I want to give it out one time and that's it. All right, Ms. Bonner, please contact them tomorrow after 9:00 a.m. for you to schedule your appointment to have that done. They send you some paperwork through the through snail mail, so it takes a while to get it done. So start it tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Count one is dismissed. Ypsilanti Township versus Jayla Fuller, case number 22W004773.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Jayla Fuller.
Yes.
Jayla Fuller, please unmute and state your name.
Jayla Fuller.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're here for a pretrial in this matter.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. There's been an offer to admit responsibility to expired plate civil infraction, 0 points, and we've agreed upon $175 fine. Is that correct, Mr. Barnett?
Yeah, I think that is the fine for that offense.
Okay.
But that's all correct.
I'm just writing it out. So, ma'am, do you accept responsibility for an expired plate on September? Nope, that's wrong. Yep, still September 21st, 2022, at the vicinity of Harris Road and Village Lane here in Ypsilanti Township?
Yes.
All right, the fine is $175. Can you pay that today?
Yes.
All right. You'll have until Friday to get it paid. It won't probably be available until tomorrow for you to go online and pay that, okay?
Okay.
Count one is dismissed. And you're all set, ma'am. That's just a civil infraction. So it's not a misdemeanor or a criminal offense. So count one is gone. And as long as you pay that, I trust that you'll pay it. So please pay it by then. If you don't pay it, then it's gonna have a 20% penalty and a bench warrant could issue for your arrest. So get it taken care of. Okay? All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right. The next case is going to require a translator. And we are still spinning. So I'm going to try to handle something short in the interim time period. The court will call the matter of Levita Daniels, 23W004644.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
I'm
Assistant
sorry.
Pub-
I'm sorry. Stop. Please stop.
She was connected before, but then she signed out, so I have to get her back.
She's not connected to audio, so we can't call that one. All right. The court will call the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Diane Johnson. Case number 23W004746A.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Diane Johnson. Ms. Johnson, can you state your name for the record?
Diane Johnson.
Thank you. Good morning, Miss Diane Johnson.
Morning.
Miss Diane Johnson is valid, so congratulations, Miss Johnson. I think she was valid. She was valid last time she was here too, so I'm not sure why we didn't get it resolved.
I believe it's because Ms. Johnson is contesting the jurisdiction of where this happened.
Place, because we had a resolution in play. So where are we with that?
We did get a copy of the ticket. It does state Ypsilanti Township. Mr. Barnett, you said that you would not dismiss this. There would be an impeding traffic 0 points. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it. That is correct. That's the offer.
Ms. Johnson, you do not wish to take advantage of that offer. Is that correct?
I just feel like this should be dismissed. Why are we doing impeding? I don't understand this ticket at all. Like, I don't understand it. I got pulled over for no license. I have my license. He's saying impeding. I wasn't impeding. I figured you guys would pull the traffic ticket. I don't
What he's doing is reducing the ticket. So our choice is, I believe you said earlier that Mr. Barnett, is there a body worn camera? Do you know?
I mean, I would have to look into that. I just pulled the ticket.
See, that's
There's,
what I thought.
there's no report. So they just wrote a citation. I can explore whether there's a body camera as well.
She would like to see if there is a camera showing where the address took place.
I was pulled
Right,
over.
so let me explain a couple of things. If at the time that you were pulled over, you did not have a valid license, you are not entitled to have this reduced to anything just because you get your license afterwards. That is a courtesy, not an entitlement. So once you are pulled over, if you don't have a valid license, you're guilty of the offense, the misdemeanor. If you're challenging the jurisdiction, meaning that it was not within the jurisdiction of Ypsilanti Township, that is a completely separate issue, and that is something that can be contested. But as far as you getting a license afterwards, does not entitle you to anything in that. Mr. Barnett just simply gives that as an option. So, having said all that,
I'm not to interrupt, but when I got the ticket, whoever I spoke with, she said I could have went to the court to show my license
that's not how that works unless you had license at that time. And if you're saying you had license at that time, that would be a completely separate issue.
What do you mean at that time? Like as far as being valid?
Correct.
Yeah, I have my license are valid. I don't understand.
I know they're valid now. The question
No, they were valid they were valid then, ma'am. They were, like I said, when he pulled me over, I was literally in front of my house. I have 3 cars. My license was in my driveway. I was in front of my house.
So this is a no ops on person. This is what this started out with. You did not have your license on your person.
Okay.
So that's the charge.
But I have license, and then we proven that I had them, and then they dismissed it last time, and then it went to the fact of
no, they did not. They never dismissed it.
That's what they said, that they would dismiss it.
Okay. All right.
Like I'm saying, I have license. So what are we doing here? I have my license. I showed I have license. We have proof of that. They are valid. So I just want this to be done. Like I said, I have a CCW case that I'm dealing with. I got a lot going on.
Ms. Johnson, as I told you, we could either ask for the body worn camera or set this matter for trial.
What is going to happen when we do a trial? Like, I have my license.
Miss Johnson,
can we get a breakout room so I can speak to her?
Miss Johnson, you need to stop talking like that. Do you understand?
I don't, ma'am. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
If you don't understand what's going to happen next, is I'm going to bring you in court, and I hope you don't understand that.
Can I speak to my prosecutor? Is that possible?
No, first of all, you don't have a prosecutor. Secondly, what I just said to you is you need to stop acting like that. Do you understand?
Okay.
Now, what I said to you before is this is not a not valid license case. This is a no ops on person.
Right.
You either are going to want a trial today, or we're going to continue down the road of determining whether or not this was in the proper jurisdiction. Which one do you want?
Well, like I said, I don't understand. What do you mean by a trial? and she said that's not my prosecutor or somebody. She said she's supposed to help me out. So
I'm gonna set this for a final settlement conference on April the 25th, 2024.
I won't be in town, ma'am. I
right.
won't be in town. I have a flight, actually. So is there a way we could do it quicker than that?
No, ma'am, that is the date. April 25th at 11 a.m. with the jury selection on May 3rd, 2024 at 8:30 a.m.
So what's next? What's going on? Are they going to define the body cam or what? So I can have. So do I need to get a lawyer for this? Like, what's going on? I don't understand this.
I'm done. Call your lawyer. Have a good
Who
day.
is the lawyer?
I am your lawyer. You asked for the prosecutor, and
Right.
he
So
is not your lawyer.
I'm using the wrong language. Why not?
The court will call the case of Ypsilanti. Miss Eileen, good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
Fine,
Will
and
you
you,
please-
Sharon?
I'm good. Will you please raise your right hand to be sworn?
Mhm.
Do you swear or affirm that you will translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you. The court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Janice Ochoa, case number 23T00502.
Muy bien, entonces voy a ser su intérprete. Es el caso de El Pueblo contra Janice Ochoa.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Carl Barnett de parte del pueblo.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Liba on behalf of Mr. Hernandez Ochoa. Mr. Hernandez Ochoa, please state your name.
Y soy el del fiscal del distrito de la defensa y que voy a estar representando al señor Hernández. Señor Hernández, por favor, levante su mano derecha.
Sir, please unmute your device and state your name.
Por favor, póngale su micrófono y diga su nombre.
¿Se escucha?
Please state your name, sir.
Diga su nombre, por favor.
Genis David Hernández Ochoa.
Genis David Hernández Ochoa.
Correcto.
Thank you. Sir, please put your hand down.
Baje la mano ya.
All right, we're here for a pretrial today.
Estamos para un prejuicio el día de hoy.
Okay, thank you.
All
That
right.
is correct, Your Honor. We have an agreement today where Mr. Hernandez Ochoa will be pleading guilty to operating while visibly impaired.
Y tenemos un acuerdo el día de hoy en donde el señor Hernández Ochoa estaba manejando un vehículo en una forma incapacitada.
Correct. That's a correct statement of the agreement.
Y el acuerdo correcto de este estado.
Thank you. Have you had an opportunity to go over his immigration rights with him before we go down this path?
¿Y ha tenido alguna posibilidad de hablar con él sobre su estatus inmigratorio antes de que vayamos a ver todo este caso? Indique
Sí.
que sí.
Sí,
And whether he
Yes.
was on probation or parole at the time?
Y él estaba aprobado para libertad condicional a este momento.
thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, and he was not.
All right,
Sí,
thank
su
you.
señoría.
All right, Mr. Ochoa, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Señor Ochoa, por favor, levante su mano derecha para ser juramentado.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Asegura o afirma que el testimonio que usted va a estar dando va a ser la verdad, nada más que la verdad y toda la verdad?
Sí, correcto.
Yes, correct.
Thank you. You may lower your hand.
Gracias. Puede bajar su mano.
Sir, you have indicated that you're going to plead guilty to an added count 2 of operating while visibly impaired.
Y usted indica de que se va a declarar culpable a un conteo de segundo grado en donde usted estaba manejando un vehículo lo cual usted estaba visiblemente incapacitado.
Correcto.
Correct.
That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, plus a fine of up to $300 plus court costs.
Eso es un delito menor en donde usted podría estar encarcelado en el condado por 93 días, más una multa de $300 más costos de la corte.
Okay.
All right.
Do you understand that, sir?
¿Usted entiende eso, señor?
Sí, sí entiendo.
I do understand.
In exchange for that, count 1, the more serious offense would be dismissed.
Muy bien, a cambio de eso, el cargo más ofensivo, más grave, eso va a ser desestimado.
Thank you.
I'm going to go over some rights that you have that you're going to be giving up by entering into this plea. Please stop me if you have any questions or if you
Y
feel like you need to speak with your attorney again.
le voy a estar indicando a usted los derechos en que usted está evadiendo o quitándose el derecho por declararse culpable. Si usted en algún momento no está de acuerdo con algo que de estos derechos que usted está quitándose, entonces me indica para que pueda hablar con su abogado.
Okay, thank you.
You have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you, and you can get an order signed by this court to require that those witnesses come to court.
Tiene usted el derecho a un juicio con jurado, en donde usted puede traer testigos a este juicio y la corte puede ordenar a que esos testigos vengan a la corte.
Okay.
In addition to that, you have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called against you by the prosecution.
También adicionalmente, usted tiene el derecho de ver, escuchar y preguntar por todos los testigos que el fiscal pueda presentar a la corte.
Thank you.
And in addition to that, you have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent and the prosecutor could not comment on that.
Y además de eso, usted puede ser su propio testigo o permanecer callado. Usted puede tener ese el derecho y el fiscal no puede adjudicar nada sobre esto.
Okay.
And if you so choose to not comment, then I'm sorry, the other piece is you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Y la otra parte es de que usted se le presume inocente hasta que se compruebe lo contrario sin ninguna duda.
Okay.
Do you understand all those rights, sir?
¿Usted entiende todos esos derechos, señor?
Sí entiendo.
I do understand.
Do you understand you're going to be giving up all those rights and that you are not going to have a trial of any sort?
Y usted entiende de que usted está rechazando todos esos derechos y de que no va a tener ningún juicio de ningún tipo.
Yes, sir. Sí.
Yes.
Do you also understand that there is no automatic right to appeal this decision? So the decision you're making today in all likelihood is going to stick with you.
Y entiende de que no hay ningún derecho automatizado. Una vez de que usted esté tomando esta decisión, este va a quedar con usted.
Sí entiendo.
I do understand.
And finally, sir, not finally, if you were on probation, parole, or bond at the time of this offense on March 7th of 2021, then you could be in violation of that. My understanding is you were not on probation, parole, or bond. Is that correct?
Si usted desde el 7 del 2021, usted ha estado en libertad condicional o con alguna fianza desde ese momento, esta no se puede dar por sentado, no tiene que usted ir a juicio. Entiendo de que usted no tiene ninguna fianza, no está en libertad condicional desde el 2021, ¿correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
If you are not a U.S. citizen, you could have immigration consequences, sir. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Si usted no es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos, usted puede tener consecuencias inmigratorias. Usted no es ciudadano. ¿Es
No,
así? I'm
correcto.
not a citizen.
And you've had a chance to speak with your attorney or an immigration attorney, and you feel comfortable moving forward today. Is that correct?
Usted ya habló con su abogado y con el abogados de inmigratorios y usted se siente cómodo el día de hoy, ¿correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
All right. To the charge of operating while visibly impaired, how do you plead, sir?
Muy bien, con el cargo de operar con incapacitado visualmente, ¿cómo se declara, señor?
Culpable.
Guilty.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what we placed on the record today to get you to plead guilty, sir?
¿Alguien le ha prometido a usted alguna otra cosa aparte de lo que hemos puesto en el récord el día de hoy, señor?
No, nadie.
Nobody.
Has anyone threatened you in any way, shape, or form to get you to plead guilty?
¿Alguna persona lo ha amenazado a usted para que usted se declarara culpable?
No.
No.
All right. Let's turn to the date of offense. On March 7th, 2021, were you operating a motor vehicle near Glenwood and Ecorse in Ypsilanti Township?
En Ypsilanti County, en Glenwood, en Ecuador, el 21 de marzo del 2021, ¿usted estaba maniobrando un vehículo en esa zona?
Sí.
Yes.
And at the time you were operating that motor vehicle, were you under the influence of alcohol, sir?
A la hora de que usted estaba maniobrando ese vehículo, ¿usted estaba bajo la influencia del alcohol?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you. Was there blood alcohol content test on Mr. Burnett?
Señor, ¿y a usted le hicieron la prueba de alcoholemia y de sangre?
Sí, la de sangre.
The blood one, yes.
Your Honor, the blood alcohol analysis by the Michigan State Police Crime Lab revealed a blood alcohol level of 0.184.
Y bajo el nivel de Michigan, del estado de Michigan con la policía, el nivel de alcohol en la sangre era 0.184.
Defense so stipulates, Your Honor.
Y la defensa lo estipulará.
Thank you.
Thank you. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea that has been willingly and knowingly made, and I will accept your plea, Mr. Hernandez.
Muy bien, gracias. Sí, yo estoy de acuerdo con y estoy aceptando su declaratoria y le estoy asegurando los cargos. Sí,
Thank
señor
you.
Hernández. Thank you.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Burnett?
¿Está usted satisfecho, señor Burnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sí, su señoría, gracias.
Defense is likewise satisfied, Your Honor.
La defensa también está satisfecha.
Thank you. Sentencing in this matter will be on April 24th, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m.
Y vamos a resolver este asunto, este juicio, en abril 24 del 2024 a las 10 a.m.
Thank you.
I will schedule, oh, so you need to contact the probation department. Did you write down the phone number earlier?
Señor, usted tiene que localizar el Departamento de Libertad Condicional o de Probatoria. ¿Usted apuntó el número de teléfono?
Sí, lo tengo.
I did. Yes, I have it.
All right, thank you. Call them tomorrow after 9 o'clock a.m.
Llámelos mañana para las 9 de la mañana.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
They-
thank you.
They will need to schedule an opportunity for you to have an alcohol assessment done.
Tienen que ponerle una cita para que le hagan una evaluación de alcohol.
Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Hernandez did complete an assessment with Von Schwartz. Could that be provided to probation?
El señor Hernández sí llenó esa información y que se le mandó a probatoria.
Yes.
Sí,
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll forward that to Ms. Straub.
muy bien. Yo voy a estar reportando eso al señor Al.
I'll see you back here on April 24th, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m., sir, okay?
Señor, entonces nos vemos en abril 24 del 2024 a las 10 de la mañana. ¿Está bien?
Claro que sí, gracias.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
All right, we're all set. Have a good day, sir.
Bueno,
Thank
que
you.
tengan buen día. Is there anything else? Yes.
No, we're all set.
Thank you for using our services, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your service. Bye-bye.
My pleasure.
Ypsilanti Township versus Nathaniel Davidson, case number 23T00459.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kama Patel on behalf of Daniel, could we have a sidebar breakout room?
After your client makes their appearance on the record.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
After
Sorry.
your client places their appearance on the record.
Sorry, Kama Patel, P62237. My client is here. I just can't. He's
I understand. Mr. Nathaniel Davidson, please unmute and state your name, sir.
Nathaniel Davidson.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I wanted to see counsel in the breakout room anyway, along with probation.
Thank you. Hello?
All right. In the Nathaniel Davison matter, Ms. Patel, have you had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report with your client? And if so, are there any additions, deletions, or corrections that need to be made to the report?
We've gone over the report, but I would like him to read it more carefully, but we can proceed with sentencing. That's what he wanted to do, is proceed with sentencing.
All right, thank you. Is Mr. Barnett even here? Oh, there he is. Mr. Barnett, anything from the township? Mr. Barnett? Maybe he needs to be put back. Maybe he's having some challenges. Place him in the breakout room and bring him back. Mr. Barnett, are you there? Mr. Barnett? We can't do anything on any case without Mr. Barnett, so we're kind of stuck.
He's in the chat. He said he's here. He said I'm here.
All right. Is it not allowing you to turn back? You can't unmute. All right. Why don't you sign out and sign back in, please? He signed out and signed back in, but it appears to still not be working.
Still not working.
I'll put him in the breakout room again.
Okay, we're gonna put you back in the breakout room. Okay. Did you bring him back yet?
You might have to phone and restart.
Oops, wrong person. Mr. Barnett, maybe you need to sign out, restart your computer, and try again, or come back in on your phone. Okay. It'll take us a moment to get him situated. So in the meantime, Miss Patel, if you want to go into a brief breakout room with your client, you can do that, okay? I'm gonna place you there. Or we'll be on a brief recess while we get the prosecutor situated.
Can you say something for me, Mr. Barnett, just to make sure you're unmuted?
Yes, hopefully this is working. That was very strange.
Wonderful. I'll let Judge know you're back.
Okay, thank you for your patience.
All right. The 14B District Court is now back in session. The court will recall the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Nathaniel Davison, 23T00459.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Are they back?
No.
That's okay. We'll call a different case until they come back. Actually, I'm going to recall this case from before. Ypsilanti Township versus Laquan Fortenberry, case number 24W000271.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Leva on behalf of Mr. Fortenberry. Mr. Fortenberry, could you please unmute, start your video, and state your name, sir?
Mr. Fortenberry, please unmute your device and state your name, sir. I don't know what happened today. We're having a challenging time. All right, I'll move on to the next case. I'm gonna pass that again. All right, the court will call the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Noe Remiglio Smetanka, case number 23W004833.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
And Joshua Kaplan on Noah Vermiglio Smetanka. You did a great job trying to pronounce that name, Your Honor, because I'm still trying to figure that out.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're here for a formal hearing. I've extended an offer to counsel, which I believe he's going to accept, which would be to amend, add account.
Sorry about that.
Sir, please do not interrupt you. I know you hear that another case is going on right now.
It would be adding a count of impeding traffic. I believe counsel has authority to admit that violation on behalf of his client. In exchange, we'll dismiss the original equipment violation.
And Your Honor, that is correct. I do have authority to enter into that and to plead responsible to the impeding traffic. And I know my client already paid that, so I don't know if there's going to be additional fines or costs, but he already paid the obstructed vision ticket prior to this, so that would lead to this today.
Yes, it does appear so. Let me see what that amount was. If that is in here, and it is not. Can you look up for me how much was paid? All right, you have the authority to accept responsibility on behalf of your client for an impeding traffic on December the 22nd, 2023, at the vicinity of Robert Circle and Rick Street in Ypsilanti Township. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, thank you. All right, so he paid 160, the fine is 180, and he will need to pay the $20 difference. Can that be paid today?
I will let him know to get that paid today, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. It can, it'll probably have to be tomorrow from a practical standpoint, but all right.
Your Honor, can I just have till Friday just so there's no mix-ups? Would that be okay?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Count one is dismissed.
You have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you. Mr. Fortenberry, are you here now?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that.
All right, the court will recall the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Laquan Fortenberry, case number 24W000271.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Public Defender Don V. Leva on behalf of Mr. Fortenberry. Mr. Fortenberry, please state your name, sir.
Laquan Fortenberry.
Thank you. All right, this matter was passed, so you can talk to Mr. Fortenberry about his matter as well as the violation of probation. What would your client like to do, Mr. Lebo?
Your Honor, with regard to the bond violation, Mr. Fortenberry will be pleading guilty to that.
Mr. Fortenberry, please raise your right hand, please swear.
Okay.
And also, please take off your hat.
So my hood.
Yes. I can't see your hand, sir.
I'm sorry.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You may lower your hand. It's my understanding, sir, that you understand you have a right to have a hearing regarding this bond violation, but you're choosing to waive that. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Is it true that you're admitting that you tested positive for THC? Well, actually, I'm not including them, that you missed samples from March 7th through March 18th of 2024, sir.
Yes.
All right, I find that there's a knowing and willing admission to the violation. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
What does your client have to say about why he's missing all these tests?
Your Honor, Mr. Fortenberry works as an over-the-road truck driver. What he tells me is he was unable to get to testing because he was not able to get the time off work in order to be reporting to community corrections. I did explain to him, that's very important that when the court orders him to do something, that he do it. That if somebody's unable to, he needs to contact the court or community corrections to let them know, and he does tell me he understands that now.
There you go. Well,
Mr. Barnett, anything you'd like to say regarding this matter?
Just that he needs to start testing.
yeah.
It looks like they were testing him for drugs. Well, no, this is a PBT. Okay, so he's missed all these PBTs. He had drugs and PBTs. So are there allegations of drugs or only alcohol?
I believe it's an open intox in a vehicle, so I believe it's alcohol, Your Honor.
That's my understanding as well, Your Honor.
So I want to test him for the alcohol. So if he can't get in to take the test, he can get on the scram or a tether. Which one would he like?
Mr. Fortenberry, would you prefer to have
Why
it?
do I gotta go on a tether? The police officers didn't test me for alcohol or nothing. I just got pulled over and there was a bottle of alcohol in the car. Why do I gotta test for drugs and alcohol when it's just I don't get why I'm testing for all this for. And I don't got the time in the day to go test. Like I'm over the road half of the week.
All right. So we're gonna have Mr. Fortenberry come into court here next. Let's see him on April 3rd.
I don't think I'm here to get the time off work.
Well, then bench warrant to pick you up, put you in jail, and see if we can have you get the time off that way. April 3rd, 2024 at 11 a.m. We'll see you in person.
Feel like a setup. I guess.
Mr. Fortenberry, you should stop talking.
I'm saying I just gotta stop for alcohol, but now I'm all of a sudden
Mr. Fortenberry.
A fiend.
Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Fortenberry, you need to test within 24 hours. If you don't, I'm issuing an immediate warrant.
Well, I'm not gonna make it in 24 hours, so you can just send a warrant.
All right, then I'll just do that right now. Bench warrant to issue $20,000 cash as surety.
That's what happened when you black in the mirror.
All right, defendant is also held in contempt of court. And I'll anytime you get on a contempt, stacks on top of the other charge, just so you know.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to do today, sir?
I don't even know what's going on. I can't hear.
I'll give you a call, sir.
Yes, sir. Ypsilanti Township versus Levita Daniels, case number 23W004644.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Levita Daniels. Ms. Daniels, can you, oh, there you are. Can you state your name for the record?
Levita Daniels.
Thank you. Ms. Daniels is valid. Congratulations, Ms. Daniels.
Thank you.
Your Honor, in light of that, we make the following offer. We'll amend, add account 2, the civil infraction impeding traffic. She can admit responsibility to that. I'll dismiss the original misdemeanor charge.
So, Ms. Daniels, this will not be dismissed. It will be reduced to a civil infraction, 0 points. Is that something you would like to take?
No, that's the whole point of us being here right now. He offered that last time.
Okay, I don't know if you heard the earlier discussion, but that is the best this offer is going to get. You did not have a valid license at the time.
I guess I just want this over with. Because he didn't pull me over. That was my issue.
But at the time that you did come in contact with the police, did you have a valid license?
I thought I did. That was the issue. I didn't know paying the $150 reinstatement fee did not reinstate my license. I didn't know that until after I went back to the Secretary of State.
So it was not valid after all.
Correct.
So that is what you will be.
Do you want to talk to your client in the breakout room?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, Your Honor.
I'll pass this matter. Ypsilanti Township versus Krista Daniel, case number 23T00460.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Don V. Leba on behalf of Ms. Daniel. Ms. Daniel, could you please unmute and state your name?
Ms. Krista Daniel, please unmute your device, turn on your screen, and state your name.
Hello? Hello,
Thank
can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you please turn on your screen and state your name?
Give me just 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay. Unmute. Okay. I'm here. Can you hear me? Krista Daniel?
Thank you so much. We're here for a pretrial today.
That's correct, Your Honor. We do need to request one more adjournment. We were looking into a recovery court resolution. However, it has transpired that it's not going to be possible for Ms. Daniel's matters in circuit court to be reduced to misdemeanors. And therefore, we're going to be seeking a final adjournment in order to determine what sort of resolution is going to be available in those matters and whether that can be a global resolution with this matter.
No objection.
Pretrial in this matter will be adjourned to April 17th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day, ma'am.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, the public call the matters of Darius Tucker, case numbers 13S00327, as well as 20W003302 and 22W002167 CT.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Ms. Jordan, apparently, Mr. Lebo, apparently Ms. Jordan is in a breakout room, so you may need to handle this.
Yes, Your Honor. What was the case name?
Darius Tucker.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Don Lebo on behalf of Mr. Tucker. Mr. Tucker, could you state your name, sir?
Yes, I can.
Mr. Tucker, please state your name.
Darius Tucker.
All right. We're here for a show cause in case number 13S00327. And it appears a pretrial on the other two matters. And I'm afraid to say it because it seems like it goes awry this morning, but Mr. Tucker is valid. And congratulations, Mr. Tucker. I'm going to give you your congratulations despite how the last two went when they were valid.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor. And
go ahead, Mr. Lebo.
thank you, Your Honor. I'm confident nothing will go awry this time. We do have an offer from Mr. Barnett that Mr. Tucker would like to accept. Will you accept responsibility to impeding traffic with fines and costs?
And that's correct. It would be in case number 22W2167. And I would dismiss the other case.
All right. So he would be pleading to an impeding in case number 22W002167. I shouldn't say pleading, admitting responsibility to the civil infraction of impeding traffic. And Mr. Tucker, now that I see that things are going swell with this one, I'm going to tell you that I know it has taken us a very long time to get here. It's taking you a very long time to get yourself valid. And it is actually a very big deal that you got this taken care of. So really, truly, congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you.
For finally getting it done.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Defendant to accept responsibility for an impeding. Count two. Impeding. Mr. Tucker, you accept responsibility for an event on April the 27th of 2022 at the vicinity of Holmes Road and Michigan Ave here in Ypsilanti Township, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right. The fine in that case is $180. Can you pay that today or do you need a payment plan? I think you're on a payment plan in the other older case. Are we? I don't know if we ever got to that. Doesn't look like you have one in place. Do you need to set up payment plans for these tickets, sir?
Yeah, yes, I do.
All right. How much can you pay per month and on what day?
I could do 50 a month.
Okay. Dollars per month on which day, Mr. Tucker?
I'm sorry.
On which day, sir?
Wednesday.
You're correct. I asked that question and you answered it. What date is what I'm actually asking?
Oh, what date? What date? Let's do every first.
On the 1st? Okay.
Yeah, let's do every first.
All right. And that'll start in April?
Okay.
All right. So $50 on April 1st. I'll see you back here on June 26th to see if you're making your payments. If you are making your payments, sir, you don't have to be present, okay?
Okay.
So, and then case number 20W003302 is dismissed. And count one in case number 22W002167 is dismissed. then I will see you back here, if need be, if you aren't making your payments on the June 26th date.
Okay.
You all set. Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right, the court will recall the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Levita Daniels, case number 23W004644.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Levita Daniels. Ms. Daniels, can you state your name for the record?
Levita Daniels.
All right, what would your client like to do today?
She would like to accept the offer from the prosecutor. I believe that was a civil infraction impeding traffic, 0 points. Is that correct, Mr. Barnett?
That is.
Ms. Daniels, is it true that you accept responsibility for an impeding traffic event on December 7th, 2023 at the vicinity of Grove Road and Bridge Road here in Ypsilanti Township, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, in that case, it's $180. Can you pay that today, ma'am?
No.
You need a payment plan?
Please.
How much can you pay per month and on what date?
I can't even tell you because right now I'm here and there. So I don't know exactly because I'm in a hotel. Let's do $50. Let's stay by the 15th.
All right. You say you're in a hotel. I mean, the minimum is 25. Do you need that instead, or you can do 50?
I'm gonna try to pay it off as soon as possible. So let's just do the 50.
Okay. $50 per month on the 15th of each month, beginning in April, ma'am. And then I'll see you on June 26th. You don't need to be here if you're making those payments, okay?
Okay.
If you are making the payments, then you have to come back and explain why you aren't making them. And I'll see you then if need be. Take care of yourself. Count one is dismissed.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye. The court will call the Latasha Rogers matters. Those are going to be case numbers 23T00036, 23T00771, 16W005726, 16W008397, 23W00473.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Latasha Rogers and 23T0036 and 23T0771.
Latasha Rogers. Thank you. Well done, Ms. Rogers. It appears we're here today for show causes and reviews in these matters.
As to the reviews, I talked with Ms. Rogers. I didn't receive a report, but according to Ms. Rogers, she has almost completed everything. She is asking, she wears an alcohol tether through Detroit. So she was asking if her testing can be reduced. or discontinued. I told her most likely it can't be discontinued, but she's asking if it can be reduced. And as to the payment, she's asking, saying that she will complete the financial hardship form.
And to the reviews, from probation, whose case is this, please? Ms. Straub or Ms. Johnson, are you present?
Hello, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Straub.
Hello.
Do you know if this is your case or this would be Ms. Johnson's case, wouldn't it? One of them would be. Whose case is it?
I apologize. Are we on Ms. Rogers?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Yeah, Your Honor, I didn't realize that she had other tickets and other matters up today, so I actually told her she didn't need to appear on her probation case. She's doing super well on both of those.
Okay.
She's doing everything she needs to be doing. So.
All right. Thank you. She says that she's on I think is it a scram tether that she's on?
And alcohol tethered through Detroit.
That would be a scram tether. So she's on a scram tether through Detroit, and she wants to know if we can just stop the testing here. Can we get the reports from them so she can stop her testing?
It honestly depends on the agent in Wayne County, Your Honor. So if her agent is willing to send me those results, then I have no problem with that. If she can tell me her agent's name, I can try and get in contact with them and follow up.
Do you have your agent's name, ma'am?
No, Your Honor, so he's taking tests because he had a dealing with Detroit, and I barely know the people myself, so I continue tests. It's no problem.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I only caught part of that.
I think what she's saying is she doesn't really know who the person is herself. She volunteered to continue testing without a problem, but I don't know how long she has been testing or whether you're willing to reduce it any. It looks like she's testing 3 times per month, and this started back in October, so I don't know what your position is in reducing her testing at least.
Your Honor, if I can't get a hold of the Wayne County agent, then I would be fine with reducing it. But if I can get a hold of the agent, then I would be fine with taking the testing off altogether.
Okay.
So if I can, Ms. Rogers, if you have any paperwork that maybe has a phone number or a name on it to give to me, then I can try and look into that for you.
Yes, I gotta call him today. So when I call today to report, I will just ask him for everything I need to send over to you.
Okay, after you talk to him, just make sure you call me or email me and give me his information, okay?
Yeah, it's just a hassle dealing with them with your phone.
Right. We'll let you all work that out, and I'll see you back here on June 26th at 10 a.m. Now, you should make payments on your other cases in the interim time period until you get an order from me or one way or another, an answer from me as to whether or not you qualify for a financial hardship. I see you're at work right now.
Yes, I'm trying. I'm busy. I'm a little money funny. I'm trying.
All right. I'll see you back here on June 26th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ypsilanti Township versus Ryan Caudale, case number 24T13657.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Present, Ryan Caudell here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Caudale. All right, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Barnett or with the ordinance agent regarding this? This is Ms. Rogala.
This is Mr. Regala's case. I believe they have had sort of extensive conversations during the time that the case has been around. Mr. Regala, I guess, just to throw it out for you, if we offer to have him admit to or stipulate to entry of an order removing the chickens and rooster and the structure, would we be in a position to waive fines and costs?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be our offer, Your Honor. If they are agreeable to an order removing the chickens and rooster and structure, we would waive fines and costs.
Sir, that's the offer. What would you like to do today? You're entitled to have a hearing in this matter, at which time, if it is found that you're in violation, and you could, of course, be found in violation and have to pay fines and costs. What would you like to do?
Ma'am, these are my fiance's chickens, and she's got a note written from her doctor.
Sir, my question is really simple. Do you want to have a hearing on this matter, or you want to accept the offer?
Have a hearing on it, ma'am.
All right, then we'll wait to the end of the docket and we'll have your hearing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ypsilanti Township versus Charles Carter, case number 23T00448.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of Charles Carter. Mr. Carter, state your name for the record.
Charles Carter.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. Good afternoon. I guess it feels like it's not, but it is still morning. All right, we're here for a review today.
Yes, Your Honor. I had a chance to speak with Mr. Carter, and I did provide to the court and Agent Straub his certificate for completing the MAD impact panel. So I sent that. Besides that, Mr. Carter said that he has been completing community service, and he does plan on starting to make payments. He's just been going through a little bit. He has medical issues. He's on disability, and that was reduced recently. So he's working with social services to get his medical adjusted, and then is going to start to make payments. Mr. Carter, could you remind me where you've been doing your community service?
Yes, I've been doing it at Messiah's Temple Church in Ypsilanti.
And you thought you had about 12 hours done so far, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So he needs some additional time to finish getting that completed?
That's right, Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Just need some more time.
All right, so the probation agent is willing to give him another 60 days to get things done in order to not have to go on probation, so we can give him that additional time. That would put us out to May 22nd. You think you can get it done by then, Mr. Carter?
Yes. Also, is there any, how am I able to get in touch with the probation lady? Because when you sentenced me, I called them, and the lady that I talked to at the 14B said the lady was working in the court and that she would give me a call back the following week. I called back the following week when I didn't hear and still haven't heard anything. And then I called back again like a week and a half later and still didn't hear anything.
All right.
So I'm just trying to figure out how I can get in touch so I can kind of tell her what's going on with me, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm just like not, because I do have some issues that maybe that you guys should know about, which is why I'm not aggressively doing the community service and not aggressively making payments.
Ms. Straub, are you present? She appears to not be.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I was on a call.
Okay, Ms. Straub, this is I'm on the Charles Carter case. Mr. Carter needs to be able to speak with you.
Sure.
Are you able to go into a room with him right now to talk to him briefly, or are you still in the middle of something? Okay.
Nope, that's okay, Your Honor. I just hung up the call.
All right, thank you. All right, I will adjourn this matter out to May 22nd, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Please try to get that, please have that done, sir, by that time, okay?
Thank you.
I'll put you in a breakout room at this time.
All right.
Ypsilanti Township versus Davion Copeland, case number 22W002986.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Davion Copeland.
Davion Copeland.
Thank you, Mr. Copeland. Mr. Copeland is supposed to be making payments in this matter in the amount of $25 per month. What's going on with Mr. Copeland?
That is correct, Your Honor. Mr. Copeland did tell me he was going to make a payment. I checked JIS. It hasn't been made yet. Mr. Copeland, when did you plan to make that payment?
I was gonna make it today. I just learned how to like work the website and stuff.
All right, I'm going to pass this so you can make your payment. I'll recall it once you've made your payment, Mr. Copeland.
Okay.
Let us know when you've done that. Ypsilanti Township versus Jake Schaefer, case number 23W004030A.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Leba on behalf of Mr. Schaefer. Mr. Schaefer, state your name, please, sir.
Jake Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Schaefer. Also, there's case number 23W003900A. Mr. Schaefer's here because he's supposed to be making $100 payments per month, is what he told me when we were back here in December.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Schaefer did discuss with me some economic difficulties he's had. He does tell me that those have now been resolved. He's going to be able to resume the payment plan on the 15th of April.
Did Mr. Schaefer make any payments?
Not to my knowledge, Your Honor.
Mr. Schaefer, you need to make some payments on these tickets. You understand that part, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll bring you back here on May 27th, 2024 at 10 a.m. to see if you've made your payments. You said you're going to resume in April. You should have 2 of those made by then.
Yes, ma'am.
I think I said May 27th out loud, but I meant May 22nd.
I heard 22nd, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. I just wrote it down wrong then. If you made those 2 payments, you do not need to be here, and I'll send you a new date further out because it shows you're on your payment plan. If you have not, then you need to be back to explain why you didn't. And these are show causes, so you have to show cause why you shouldn't be held in contempt for not paying, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Ypsilanti Township versus Next Page LLC, 23T13796 and 13797.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Bartholomew Page.
Yeah, we're here for adjourned formal hearing on ordinance violations. It's mine, and this is Mr. Gooden's case. It's my understanding that the property is essentially in compliance with the ordinances. It took a bit to get to this point. What I'm going to propose is that that Next Page admit responsibility to one of the tickets. We dismiss the other one, but we waive fines and costs. So in essence, that would be an incentive not to have a repeat of this situation, but there would be no penalty.
Mr. Page, did you hear the offer that's being made? Do you want to accept that offer, or you need time to think about it? What do you want to do?
Can you define what admit responsibility? Because I clearly cleared up 99% of more stuff than I was asked to clear up. But what are you proposing?
He's proposing that you admit that you violated the offense, sir. And he'll dismiss one of the offenses, but you wouldn't have to pay any fines or costs. And like I told the other individual, you're entitled to have hearings on these matters, at which time, if you're found to be in violation, then you have to pay fines and costs of $100 on each ticket.
Oh, okay. Well, I believe that my name is more important than anything else. I hate admitting to responsibility when, you know, so let me think for a second.
All right, I'll
Fines.
pass this and come back to you.
Okay, thank you. Can I get a breakout with Gooden?
Mr. Gooden, Mr. Page would like to speak with you.
Okay,
All right, we'll put you in the breakout room.
thank you.
Ypsilanti Township versus West Watkins, 22W00381 8R, 22W03818 A and C.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of West Watkins. Mr. Watkins, can you turn your video on, please, and state your name for the record?
No, I can't. My camera is inefficient, and but I am Wes Watkins.
There's also ticket number 22W00315. Mr. Watkins.
Yes, ma'am.
Come into court next time if he can't get his camera to work.
No, the thing is, you know, I have a lot of kids, and my 3-year-old had messed my camera. It was actually a couple months ago, and we're due to get some new phones at the end of this month. So next time you see me, I should have a new phone. I don't even know how he broke it. Like, he's only 3.
Just so that my ruling is clear, if Mr. Watkins' camera is not working next time, he needs to be present in person.
Understood.
What?
Mr. Watkins, everything's fine. It sounds like your camera will be working next time. If not, that you
Yes, for
understand you
sure.
need to come in person. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Your Honor, I just had a chance to speak. Mr. Watkins and I spoke this morning, so I haven't reached out to Mr. Barnett. Mr. Barnett, I do believe Mr. Watkins will need, he indicated till at least June to be able to make significant progress on getting his license back. He has several friend of the court matters that he needs to prioritize paying towards, I believe. As to the, I think the other charge is providing false information. I don't know if there's a police report on that. Mr. Watkins does deny that. I don't know if he'd be willing to extend an offer on that. As for the license, I guess I would be asking either for an adjournment unless there's, I know June is quite a far time out, or if there's any offer you'd be willing to extend at this point in time.
What I'm going to propose that we don't adjourn to June, but we adjourn out maybe 30 days that I obtain the police report as it relates to the false information charge, and then we discuss a possible resolution at that point.
Okay, that sounds great, Your Honor. Then in that case, we would follow Mr. Barnett's suggestion and ask for a 30-day adjournment at least.
April 24th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m.
Thanks, Your Honor.
And hopefully you can have your police reports and he can begin working on trying to get his license back.
Yeah.
And if he shows some progress, then we can talk about adjourning further if you can't reach agreement.
That sounds great.
April 24th at 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
Ypsilanti Township versus Larry Atkins, 23T00765.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Larry Atkins.
So Larry Atkins, please unmute your device and state your name. Mr. Larry Atkins, please unmute your device, sir.
He had it unmuted and then he muted it back. There you go. State your name.
It's not
Larry
loaded.
Atkins.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Larry Atkins.
Good morning, sir. We're here for an adjourned pretrial.
Good morning.
Yes, I have spoken with Mr. Barnett and Mr. Atkins, and we are going to get an assessment in this matter. So we are asking for an adjournment.
No objection.
I'll adjourn this matter to April 24th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Please cooperate with them in getting whatever assessment you're getting done, sir, okay? Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Who's talking?
Oliver Goodman. Am I done? I've been here since 10.
The court works in that you stay here until your case is called. Did your case get called?
I talked to a lawyer. Talked to my lawyer.
Did your case get called is my question.
No.
Okay, so you need to wait until that's done.
Okay, thank you.
Where are we on the Davion Copeland matter, please?
I spoke with Mr. Copeland, and he said that he needs to wait until his check clears. So I don't know if Your Honor wants to put this out for a week or two.
What will we call the case of the Ypsilanti Township versus Davion Copeland, case number 22W002986?
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Davion Copeland.
Davion Copeland.
Thank you.
Put this over to next week, March 27th at 10 o'clock a.m. To see if you make payment, sir.
All right.
All right, I'll see you then. In a minute. Ypsilanti Township versus Oliver Goodman, case number 23T00367.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Which PD is handling the Oliver Goodman matter, please?
Ashley Jordan requesting to practice under MCR 8.120 under direct supervision of Davy Lebo.
Thank you. Permission is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Oliver Goodman, please state your name.
Oliver Goodman.
Thank you, Mr. Goodman. Mr. Goodman's here for a review today.
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's doing
Yes,
well. Mr. Goodman,
Yes.
it just appears you need to do your MAD victim impact panel and your community service, and you can be discharged, and then you don't have to worry about seeing me or waiting or any of that stuff.
Well, it's not that I don't want to see. It's just under the circumstances. But okay, so what? It's the Mothers Against Drug Driving deal.
Yes.
And my community service.
Correct. And well, you have fines and costs, but
yeah,
I think they're willing to discharge you early if you finish the other stuff and give you a payment plan on your fines and costs.
Okay. How many days on the community corrections? I can't remember.
The total number of community service hours is 48.
Okay. And I'll call and find some place to do it.
Okay.
Okay. And sorry for interrupting you earlier, but I didn't know if any before I got left. And you had talked to me and I was done. I've been sitting there for about a half hour. But anyway.
Okay. I'll bring you back here in 60 days. You think you can get it done in 60 days?
I can try. It's a hell of an offer.
You can try?
Yeah.
What are you working?
Yes.
Okay. All right. If it's done, you don't have to be here. If it's not done, then you gotta come back again. Okay.
Okay. So the date again is
May 22nd at 10.
At 10. All right, John. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. What are those other, you can. All right, so on the next page, LLC matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, where's that gentleman at? Oh, he's timed out. He's still there too. Okay.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr.
Bartholomew
Copeland.
Page. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Recalling next page, LLC 23T13797.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Okay.
Please state your name again, sir.
Bartholomew Page, P-A-I-G-E.
All right. Has anything changed with respect to the offer after the breakout room? Mr. Barnett, I see you're reading something over there.
I'm scrolling the docket. I'm sorry. Mr. Gooden, are we, where are we with this?
I believe Mr. Page is going to accept the offer.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Page, it's my understanding you're going to accept the offer to plead to or admit responsibility for one of these tickets. There will be no fines and costs, and the other ticket will be waived. Is that correct?
Correct. Correct.
You understand that the way this works is by accepting responsibility to one of these matters. What happens is if there's a violation in the future, then you will be back here on what will be considered a second violation, and the penalty will be more for that violation. You understand that?
Correct. You said $250.
$250.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. And yes, I'm agreeing to just end it all and start over. Okay, I appreciate it.
We're gonna have you accept responsibility to 23T13796 for an event that occurred at 1418 and 1420 Ridge Road for failure to, for, what is this? For unlicensed and illegally parked vehicles on the property. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, fines and costs are waived and the other ticket is dismissed.
All righty. Appreciate
You're
it.
all set, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Paul.
Yep,
Have a
thank you.
good day. All right, the court will recall the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Nathaniel Davidson, case number 23T00459.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Mama Patel, P62237 on behalf of Nathaniel Davidson.
Thank you. Mr. Nathaniel Davidson, please state your name, sir.
Nathaniel Davidson.
Thank you. All right, we've had a breakout room, pretty extensive, I think. Are we ready to proceed with sentencing now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Have you had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report with your client? Any corrections, additions, or deletions to be made to it after a more thorough review?
It's absolutely fine. We went over it. He agrees.
Thank you. Mr. Barnett, anything from you, sir?
Nothing from the township, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Davidson, is there anything you would like to say prior to sentencing, sir?
That I have had enough time to evaluate my actions, and I would like to say that I would like to apologize for the action that the night I was arrested. And that is all.
Thank you, sir. All I've reviewed this report, I've reviewed the assessment, and I've reviewed the recommendations and the police report. And I think under the circumstances, this is a fair recommendation. I'm going to follow it. It is the sentence of this court that you serve 93 days in the Washington County Jail, credit for 1 day served. The balance of that is suspended, sir. What that means is if you do what you're supposed to do, then you don't ever have to do any more jail time, okay? So it's a suspended sentence, giving you the opportunity to show this court that you take this seriously. You have 5 days for a total of 40 hours of community service, 12 months on probation, fines and court costs in this case for a total of $895, $30 per month in the probation oversight fee. You must complete an assessment at community corrections and follow all recommendations that are made by them and sign a release of information. You must attend the MAD Victim Impact Panel within 45 days, and you have to provide them with what's called a certificate of completion of that victim impact panel, MAD Victim Impact Panel, okay?
Okay.
You also need to report to probation on a monthly basis online. There's an online reporting platform for that. They'll go over your report with you and give you that information. You also need to obtain legitimate employment and complete the ARM employment virtual course. No use of possession of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drug paraphernalia, no be in the presence of anyone using those, or firearms, firearm components, ammunition, or dangerous weapons. You're to drug and alcohol tests 3 times per month and any other times that are ordered by the court, probation, or police. You're to attend 12-step meetings 2 times per week and provide proof of that. You'll do a review before me in 90 days. That'll be on June 26, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. Okay?
Okay.
You have the probation phone number, sir?
Yes, I have my probation officer's number.
Okay, yes. Please give her a call. They'll go over your contract with you and make sure that gets signed, okay?
Okay.
And good luck to you, sir. I wish you nothing but the best during this process. It's all designed to help you to make sure we don't have a situation like this in the future, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Everyone.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Patel. Ms. Patel.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
I want to let them go before, wait, is there something in person?
That's in person.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, we have an in-person hearing that we need to handle.
I'll be down in a moment, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Barnett, how long do you think the Caudell matter is going to take in terms of testimony?
Our part is fairly brief, but I can't speak to the respondent.
All right. And then in terms of the ordinance, do you have that ordinance available so you can educate me and the defendant on it?
It's section 1103. I can email it to you. I don't know if I have the defendant's email address, but I'm happy to email it to him as well.
Okay.
If he could put it in the chat, I can email it to him.
Mr. Caudell, are you able to put your email in the chat so that you can get a copy of the ordinance?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I have not called the case, so I'm not technically on the record with the case, but it sounds like he's making, they plan to make a defense around the issue of some type of requirement that there be a concession for some medical issues. So I don't know if it sounds like everybody's talked about that already, so I just want us to be all on the same page when we get ready to start the hearing. Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you meant there.
Well, you're talking about a medical document that they have.
Yes.
So it sounds like you're trying to come up with some medical reason as to why this ordinance should not apply. And I
Yeah.
want you to fully understand what the ordinance is to see if there is any such ability to have a medical excuse for that. So please review the ordinance, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. The court will call the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Jeffrey Oxtetter, case number 22T00700.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Don Busey on behalf of Mr. Olmstetter, who is standing to my right. Mr. Olmstetter, please state your name. Mr. Olmstetter.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, we're here today for a violation of probation hearing. Are you requesting a hearing today?
I'm not, Your Honor. Mr. Olmstetter was now left to accept responsibility for the violation.
Thank you. Mr. Oxtetter, please have a seat, sir. All right, in this particular matter, we were here back on February 28th when Mr. Oxtetter decided it was in his best interest to send this matter off for a confirmation test. The allegation is that he tested positive for alcohol via ETG test on February 21st, 2024 in violation of the no alcohol probation condition. Mr. Oxtetter thought that it would be wise for him to send this out to get a test result back, which we now have. Mr. Oxtetter, it's my understanding you're going to waive your right to have this hearing today and you're going to admit to the violation. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Sir, is it true that you tested positive and in fact drank? And that would have resulted in a February 21st, 2024 test, sir?
I did, ma'am.
All right.
You
All
need
right.
to stop for a second, Your Honor.
One moment, please.
Sorry.
I need to know what's on.
It lost it. I'm going to waive the right to hearing and admit to a violation.
All right. All right, sir. We have to, okay.
Sorry, I had to get back to that information.
We have to start over because it did not pick up the admission of the violation. Sir, is it true that you're waiving your right to have a hearing in this matter and you're going to admit to the violation?
I do, ma'am.
Is it true that you tested positive for alcohol
Yes, ma'am.
on February 21st and in fact did drink?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I find that there's a knowing and willing admission to the violation. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
The defense is likewise satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Oxtetter, you clearly have an issue. We've been doing this for a while now. Mr. Lebo, what would you like to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I certainly agree with the court that Mr. Olmstetter does have a very serious substance use issue. He does tell me that he's been attending Alcoholics Anonymous on a daily basis, and he does have a sponsor. He also tells me that back in January, his therapist abruptly closed his practice and he's currently looking for a new therapist. I really believe this is the case of Mr. Unster having trouble managing his substance disorder rather than one of him deliberately or willfully defying the court's orders. So I would ask that the court, rather than follow the recommendation, put Mr. Altstetter on a scram or a sober link in order to get a new assessment and follow the recommendations from that assessment for whatever treatment is deemed appropriate. Thank you.
Mr. Barnett?
No, I'm going to leave it in your discretion. Obviously, he has significant issue and it has not been dealing with it in a very productive way. So I'll leave it in your discretion.
Thank you. You know, Mr. Altstetters, what would you like to say, sir?
Ma'am, I humble myself before you in the fact that I did in fact drink and did in fact test positive. I did not believe that I drank enough to where it would have tested positive, which is why I requested or actually paid for it to be sent out for confirmation. But I do admit that I did have something to drink, even though it wasn't very much. I'm not a habitual drinker. I am an alcoholic. Obviously, I do have a problem with it. And it sounds joking when I say it this way, but it's more of a summertime drinking. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't intend to drink. I make mistakes. And anything that I can do to keep me from going to jail, I'm willing to do. I don't personally, I don't feel that jail would be a benefit to me, even though I have been violating my probation. I have had clean time, I've had sober time, and I've made mistakes. And clearly the record shows. Like I say, I humble myself and basically throw myself at your mercy, where I could do other means to correct my actions without going to jail. But then I finish.
This is upsetting, Mr. Altstetter. The fact that you believe that you do this sometime. You're before me on two separate matters. Both of them operating a motor vehicle while you're intoxicated. One of them operating a motor vehicle with a high BAC is how we started, at least. You clearly don't understand the magnitude of the problem that you have. This is your third violation of drinking when you're before the court on drinking offenses. You decided that it was in your best interest to have a confirmation test, and now you're sitting here before me telling me that you didn't think you drank that much. The cutoff for ETG test is 100 nanograms per milliliter. Your results were 2,450 nanograms per milliliter, and you don't think you drank that much? That shows me how much of a problem you truly have. I don't think you get it. And that is what's really scaring me. You're to serve 15 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. There's no credit for that, and you will continue your probation when you get out. And we will talk then when you come back and see if things are better. I'm going to set you up for 45 days for you to see me on May 15th. probably need some serious inpatient treatment. We'll see if this does anything for you. If you can't get it together with this, then the next time you'll be going inpatient for a long time. Do you understand, sir?
I do.
All right, go with the officer.
My wallet.
I'm gonna handle these failure to appear so that we can not have all of the attorneys waiting while we finish our hearing. I'm gonna go off the Polycom, so give me one moment to get connected back on Zoom. The court will call the matters of Charles Spratt, case numbers 20W000670.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
22W000575 and 21W000801.
Again, Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Thank you.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Charles Spratt. Your Honor, it looks like we did attempt to get in touch with him and we did not have a good number, so we would be asking for a show call.
The defendant was just arraigned in front of the magistrate on March 1st and given this date to appear. He was on bench warrant status from July 7th of 2023 until now. The defendant has failed to appear again. Bench warrant to issue. Defendant has failed to appear in the 20W000670 speeding ticket and the 575 matter. Bench warrant in that case, $10,000 cash or surety. And in case number 21W000801, $10,000 cash or surety. Ypsilanti Township versus Heriberto Robles, case number 18W002329A, as well as 17W000809.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
All right, in this particular matter, Mr. Robles has failed to appear. I think this is a PD case. Robles? Yeah. Oh, it's only the A? Okay. All right, the defendant has been making payments, so we will schedule this out to June 26th at 10 o'clock a.m. It appears it was just the one ticket that was on. So is he paid off on the, because they were both on, did he pay off on the 801? 17W000809. Because it was on. I just looked what it is right on the thing that says it's supposed to be. No, it's a 13. Oh. Ypsilanti Township versus Jeffrey Campbell, case number 23T00416. He's excused from court today. I'll put it over to June 26th. Anyhow. And I think that resolves all the matters for the PD's office. And you guys are excused.
Have a good afternoon, Your Honor.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks, bye.
No. What's on the She was supposed to be in person. She didn't come. All right, I think we have somebody. Miss Jordan, could you get only the interns are left. Could you get the PD back? I'll call it after I finish this other hearing. She was supposed to be in person. I'm not sure why. I'll handle it later. All right, the court will recall the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Ryan Caudill, case number 24T13657.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Ryan Caudill.
Thank you. All right, we're here today for a zoning matter, and it's my understanding that Mr. Caudill wants to have a hearing on this. My understanding of the ticket is that it says pursuant to section 1103, keeping of chicken, no roosters are allowed and must have over 1 acre in order to have the keeping of chickens. So it's the allegation that there is not more than 1 acre of land.
Yeah, that's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Caudill just sent me some documentation related to the situation. And frankly, what I would like to do, and I apologize, I should have said this earlier, but he just sent me that information. The claim in this case is that these are emotional support animals. There may be some implication as to federal law as it relates to Americans with disabilities. I would like to adjourn to see what those implications are, given the claim in the case.
All right.
So if we could have maybe 3 weeks, something along those lines. Ms. Regala, is that okay with you?
Certainly. Yes.
3 weeks is not available. I could do April the 24th.
Oh, that's fine with me if it works for Mr. Caudill.
Mr. Caudill, does that work with your calendar, sir?
Yeah, hang on. Can my fiance speak? Because it's her disorder. Is there something? I'm trying to comprehend everything. You're wanting 3 weeks to go over her disability?
He wants 3 weeks to look into the federal law to see whether or not that impacts the ordinance here for them to be able to make an exception, sir.
Okay. That's fine with us.
And Mr. Caudill, you have my email address. If there's any additional documentation you have, if you could send that to me. as well as Miss Regala, that would be great.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I get an email for Miss Regala too? Because I don't think we have hers directly. I just
Sandy, do you want them to just email me, or do you want to be included on those?
It doesn't matter. I can give them my email.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna place that in the chat, Ms. Regala?
That's fine.
All right, thank you. All right,
Yeah, and
go ahead.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Yeah, I'm just under an acre, and all of those other ordinance descriptions that you needed, those can all be met as well as far as the locations and, you know.
and we did edit the structure already to be shorter so that it's not above 4 feet. Like and I also, my rooster is currently wearing a special collar that I bought for him that reduces his volume when he crows. And even with that, he only crows out of necessity. Like I take him with me everywhere. He's attached to my hip. If I didn't have him in my arms right now, my hands would be trembling like crazy.
Well, we can discuss the specifics of the ordinance, but I think I need to understand how the federal law impacts it.
Understandable.
All right, thank you. We'll see you all back here on April 24th. I'll just make it at 11 a.m. That way.
11 a.m. April.
Yeah, so you're not sitting around waiting.
Okay. April 24th, 11 a.m. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Well,
you.
let me be clear. So you're not waiting as long.
Yeah. Okay. That was
All
April 24th, 11 a.m. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Ms. Mueller is back. Thank you for coming back, Ms. Mueller.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Apparently, I missed a few tickets. The court will call the matters of Octavia Lewis, case numbers 22W002543. Let's see, A, B, and C, as well as 22W002133A.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of Octavia Lewis. Your Honor, it looks like Sandra White tried to get in contact with Miss Lewis and no contact was made.
Thank you. Ms. Lewis saw the magistrate on February 27th and was told to be here in person on today's date. She's had at least one bench warrant in the past, bench warrant to issue. $5,000, 10%. Failure to appear is in the other 4 tickets. All right, did I miss anything else? All right, we're all set now. Have a good day.
Okay, thanks, you all too. Bye-bye.